is only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. We got a lot going on. It's been a while, so I apologize, but we are getting back into the swing of things. There's a lot of tactical videos coming up on the channel, but if you guys click on this video because you saw Kroot as an army being played, and it's by the 40k Dirtbags. So I actually have been collecting this as a side project, surprise. So this is us playing a Kroot / Tau reinforcement army versus our boy Garrett, who's playing Chaos Space Marines. He's actually just running Liam's GT winning list at London Grand Tournament, so he's actually running that with Veterans of Long War versus our Kroot. Fun. Can't wait to talk about this video. We did it last night on our Monday night gaming over at Alternate Universe Bluebell. But if you guys are new to the channel, I appreciate clicking on the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe, do all the YouTube shit. But there's a lot of stuff coming up on the channel. If you guys are new, we do coaching. We are ranked number 2 right now in the United States when it comes to 40k ranked from ITC. We are currently ranked number 7th in the world for the 40k Dirtbags. So we've been doing a lot on the behind the scenes with the GT winnings and stuff like that. We just won Nova Open with our Chaos Cult list. That was such a cool experience. So we won that. We won Lone Star Open out in Texas. We placed 4th at Atlantic City Open. So those are the past 3 GTs that we were playing. And if you guys are interested, we do coaching no matter what army you guys play. I do some coaching with Grey Knights, Chaos Space Marines, Custodes, Death Guard, stuff like that. But then we have a lot of other coaches in the Dirtbag Nation to help out. And if you guys just want to get in the competitive scene, we're a competitive channel, but we're also laid back, drink beer, and a pretzel type environment. So if you guys are new, head over to the Discord. It's a really awesome Discord. If you guys want to support us, head over to patreon.com so you guys get access to the Patreon Discord that you have to be a patron to view and talk to and ask questions and stuff like that. So what else do we have coming up? If you guys haven't seen it, we did open a store. This is the Dirtbag Nation store. Links in the description below. But a bunch of custom t-shirts you guys can order, a bunch of Dirtbag swag. Shit is legit. I would get a size up just to be safe. A lot of these they fit exactly what like an extra large would fit, or a large or whatever. So I would definitely go a size up just if you like it a little bit baggy. We got the hats, beer koozies, cheers, all this stuff. So this is all up here on the store. Plus we have our merch store, which is through Discord. So if you guys want to get some of this stuff, so the dice are limited edition, they're running out. I think a bunch of them are sold out, but we still have the green, the orange, and some of the black and blue. Not a lot, but the poker chips are legit. We use them a lot in the sticky objectives and stuff like that. All the 3D printed models just got restocked. All the stickers are still there, and the widgets, I would highly recommend getting widgets for this game. There's no argument about it. So that and Rexar Laser, shout out to them for a sponsor. If you guys want really good clear plexiglass terrain for Games Workshop layout and terrain to go on top of it, check them out at Rexar Lasers. Those guys have been supporting us since they found out about our channel, and we use their stuff all the time in our videos, and it's really good for our battle reports and tactical videos. So let's get into this video. If you guys are new, we do picture by picture, turn by turn, what we did good, what we can work on, and how to get better at the game, really. So we go over every battle report. I try and take pictures just so I can explain to you what I'm thinking, stuff in my head, what my opponent should be doing, or I should be doing, whatever it may be. But it's really good to recap how the battle report went. If you guys want to try any of these lists, it's really good to kind of see how one of us are running it or going against it. If you guys are Grandmasters, you guys get to message me anytime and give suggestions on videos you guys want to see, or battle reports you guys want to see either played live or a battle report specifically. I know I have a battle report with one of my Grandmasters I'm trying to work out. He wants to see 3 Dorns go against Chaos Cult, which I have to find somebody who actually owns 3 Dorns in the area, which I just don't know anybody. But that's the suggestion. So you guys want to see kind of those types of battle reports. And if you guys are Grandmasters, you guys get to set up a call with me once a month to go over any ideas, tactics, lists, and also stuff to prepare for an RTT or GT, just to get better at this game in the competitive scene. So that's kind of what the whole point of the Dirtbag Nation is all about. We did apply for Team USA today, so I'm kind of excited to see what they say. But it really just depends on if they want the Dirtbag Nation on Team USA. We're ranked 2nd in the United States and 6th in the world right now. So ITC ranking, let's see if we can get number 1. That'd be really cool. We got Worlds coming up and Las Vegas Open in the end of January. So this video, we're going to go over a list real quick, and then we'll be back and go over the battle report, picture by picture, turn by turn. All right, today we got the Kroot army going. Just got it fully put together, except for these guys and these guys and these guys. But we got a couple characters. We have, now again, I'm gonna butcher all of these names, but we have the Warshaper, the Trailblazer, the 2 5-up, 6-up Field No Pain guys, 2 of the dudes that have Lone Op. They're such cool models. The Lone Gun dudes. One of them has the 12-inch no deep strike bubble. He's got the bow that has the precision and devastating wounds, and then he has lethals on 5s. So, or this one does. So I think these 2 are in a unit with 20. So 20 Kroot. We have 2 of the stealth suits, Vespids. I just changed their base sides. 2 Hammerheads to help out with some tanks. 2 units of the Krootox Riders, the Krootox Rampagers. We have the Tau Commander with 4 Meltas. We have 3 broadsides with 2 Meltas each. And then we have the Scout guys, which we just bought a unit. So we just got to put them together. But these guys are the Scout guys, Infiltrate. Sorry, not the Scout, the Infiltrate guys, the Kill Team guys. And then we have 80 regular Kroot. Wow. All with Scout. So that is 2,000 point Kroot army. All right, what do we got?
So today we're playing Emperor's Children. It is Liam VSL's winning list that he played at the LGT, just finished. Starting with 2 units of Legionnaires. One of them has a Lord. He has the enhancement that lets him crit wound on 5s. One of them has Lucius the Eternal. He gives him fight first and will stand up if he dies, or does mortal wounds if somebody kills him. 2 units of Noise Marines, all guns. Happy to see them. A unit of 10 Chosen with Fabius Bile. I don't have a Fabius yet, so we're standing in with 2 little units here, but he gives them +1 strength, +1 toughness at the start of the battle. Another unit of 5 Chosen, this time with Huron Blackheart. He gives them a redeploy as well as some OC bonuses. 2 units of Obliterators, which we haven't seen in a really long time. Very excited to use those. 2 Predators, they have the autocannons. 2 Rhinos to fit it all inside.
And 1 Cultist unit?
Yeah, 1 Cultist unit sit on the backfield.
Nice. Looks tiny, but so many multi-purpose units that all have their own job to do.
Yeah, a lot of strength in the individual units.
All right, guys, so those were the lists. Now, I apologize if you guys are new to the Dirtbag Nation. I do this all the time. If you guys watch my Art or listen to my Art of War podcast video, you can play this game by not knowing anything about the units that you see, the names of them, what they do, all that stuff. You just got to play, figure out what the unit looks like, know that you should be killing it or ignoring it or whatever throughout the game. So you guys are going to hear me say this Kroot guy, this Kroot unit, stuff like that going against Chaos. I know pretty much everything, but this is a brand new army. This is the second time I played it. First time was against Keevil. He should be doing a battle report on that one, but I apologize. Make fun of me in the comments below, please. I love reading them, but it's going to be fun. So also, I'll talk about it by turn 3, what I messed up so much. If you guys are Dirtbags in the Patreon chat, you already know what I'm talking about, but I messed up so much with this list. I cannot wait to tell you how bad I messed up with this list. So let's get into it. We played, me and Garrett, we played, it was Take and Hold, so that's up to 15. And also, if you guys see this deployment, we actually switched it up to this because it's hidden supply. So there's actually 4 objectives in the center. Really good for sticky objectives, really good for the Kroot, Horde, whatever it may be, Scout, all that stuff. So this was actually a really good mission. It was random. So it was a simple mission, and it's always good because you're going to see it in every single GT that you guys play at. So let's get into it. This is our deployment. I did deployment like basically before and after scout moves. So with our scout, we scout 7. Now with this terrain setup, now you guys can see this is the Rexar lasers clear plexiglass. This is what I usually recommend. If you guys just buy these to take at different stores or your buddy's garage, highly recommend getting this in the link below. Use the code word Dirtbags for free shipping. But this specifically I would be practicing with Games Workshop layout. So I think this is layout 1, and this little corner right here is really where you're trying to get to when you're talking about scouts and infiltrators and stuff like that. We have our 2 infiltrators. We have 1 infiltrator up here, 1 infiltrator right there, and then these guys have infiltrate, but they can also redeploy as well. So since he didn't have any infiltrators because he's using Liam's list, I have infiltrators. So usually these guys right here, these guys are actually the Kroot Kill Team box, which we just got. We have to put them together. Far Stalker Kinband. So these guys are really cool. They just look awesome. But these guys infiltrate. They're the only ones with the Kroot that have infiltrate. They don't scout, but they're blocking out other infiltrators and other scouts. So if I put them in like a big line like this, and kind of stop anybody from infiltrating on this top of the objective or this side of the board, I can then scout most of my guys up top here because they're infiltrating and stopping out their infiltrators. So that's kind of the point of adding these guys in the list. And then you can just redeploy them more defensively like I did right here. Or if they have scout like World Eaters, you can basically keep them on the table and then they can't scout anywhere. Yes, they're probably going to die, but they also have a reactive move. So if they move up, we can then react to move 6 inches away or 6 inches forward to just block them a little bit more in their deployment zone. So that's what I really am excited to test out, that unit specifically. But then all these new rules that I'm trying to read up, I actually printed out rules for this army, and one of the rules wasn't listed in the index. So that's kind of what we're going to go over on turn 3. But you can see I deployed all the guys. The 3D printed Kroot are 1 unit. I have 1 unit there, 1 unit here. The real Kroot, which are right here, the 20-man unit. They have 2 characters in there. The guy with the precision and dev wound enhancement, and the other one that gives lethals on 5s in combat, the Flesh Shaper. Then we got our unit of 3 Rampagers, sorry about the words. Another 10-man unit up here. I already talked about these guys, infiltrators, and then the 2 hammerheads are waiting to pop out to then shoot his tanks that basically come out and shoot. We have this Lone Star, I'm gonna call him Lone Star. This dude is freaking awesome. This is the one that has no deep strike within 12 inches. That's why I put that little token right there. And then the other one is up here. So they have lone op, which is really good. And they move 6 inches after shooting. Anything that they shoot, get full rerolls to hit for the entire turn with all of your Kroot units. So, and then I have our sticky objectives back here on the home field objective. Our Vespid, I need to practice using these guys. These guys die just too fast every time I play them. And then everything else is in reserve. So we have another unit of Rampagers in reserves, our battle suits with the Cold Star in reserves, 2 Kroot units in reserves, and I believe that is it. Yes. So let's get into turn 1. I have turn 1. So luckily this is it after the scout move right here. So since we got turn 1, we're able to scout move up 7 inches, but we have to stay 9 inches away from his deployment zone. So I'm still not able to get super far into his deployment zone, but at least we can try and block him out from getting anywhere on turn 1, and I'm going to use this to my advantage because I'm trying to win on primary. So if I can sticky as many objectives as I possibly can and then jam him in his zone turn 1 and turn 2, that's going to be my game plan with this army, because I'm not going to kill a ton with strength 4 AP 0 guns hitting on 4s, but that is kind of like my mindset going into turn 1. So we basically spread out our turn 1. We get aerial denial, which is great, and then recover assets. So it's an easy 8-point turn 1, and then setting up to hopefully get a 15 on our primary after turn 1. This is our turn 1 after movement. So you can see our 20-man blob was able to move up, and then I wanted to get a charge off. He's got 2 of Blitz right here. He's got Cypher right there. Unit of 10 chosen right here with Bile. He's got the Predator, Rhino with Noise Marines, Rhino with Lord and Lucius, Cultists, and then he's got 2 units of Legionnaires and Oblitz and Deep Strike and reserves. So I wanted to basically use my 20-man, use my 10-man to move up and charge his oblit. So that way I can just try and get further into his deployment zone to try and wrap him. Now, this is where I made a mistake with these guys. These guys are really good at shooting and being like pretty far away, just because they have everybody have stealth, but they have my 2 characters that are really good getting that charge off in combat, especially with the +1 AP strat or the full rerolls to hit. And once they kill something, they get 5 up, feel no pain for the rest of the game. So I kind of, second game in a row, I've just threw these guys to the wolves and probably need to practice this 20-man unit. I probably should just be using 2 10-mans, and I really want to try out the Kroot hounds in my next list. Because the hounds in my mind are going to be like seekers, where they get to scout up 7 and then they move 12, but they can advance and charge if they start within 6 inches. So they're basically just moving up 7 scout and then moving up 12, if not advancing, just to kind of screen out as like a 40 or 80 point unit, just like seekers. So I'm tossing them up, just screening out, which I would be using them here. So I would basically start probably right here, and they would just block in this rhino a little bit. So I'd start right there, so the rhino can't move past, and I'd go 1 guy there, 2 guys there, 1 1 1 1. So it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and I would just block out most of this side of the table from moving out of his deployment zone on turn 1 with just an 80 point unit. And then the other 10-man over here could have just moved up or scouted up and then charged 1 10-man into these oblits and just trying to wrap over here. So I have a little bit less points going into him turn 1. I would have Kroot hounds and then this 10-man just blocking out most of his deployment. The other 20-man are basically hanging back here, the other 10-man are hanging back here, and then I basically get an easy 15. So that was my mistake on turn 1, was just putting too much forward instead of spreading them out. We did move the hammerhead up over here. He can't really get a ton of line of sight. He's basically setting up for turn 2. This guy scooted up here to get line of sight onto the Legion Chosen over here. So he basically gets a straight line of sight, 36 inches. This guy gets line of sight onto the Rhino. Doesn't really matter. These guys scooch up over here. They have their reactive move, so they're just going to hopefully reactive either forward or backwards. These guys are setting up. They're so slow, the Rampagers. I think rapid ingressing them is probably the best bet, honestly, but they're just camping out in the center. Everything else waits back, and that was it. So we charged there. We tagged that Predator. So we had the Predator in combat, the Oblitz in combat, and then 2 units of these guys in combat. His turn 1, he gets Bring It Down and Overwhelming Force. Not a good turn for him, but you could see what the hell he killed. So we have 10, 20, 30 Kroot right here, and you can see there's only 2 Kroot left with the character. So he killed so much shit turn 1 with all of these Chosen and shots and Noise Marines. So a lot of this stuff is just gonna melt Kroot, especially any AP whatsoever. If you guys are hinting why did so many die, I will tell you in the next 2 turns. So the Noise Marines moved up. I moved forward, which I probably could have moved just back if I wanted to, but I didn't think that they can fit all 5 of them on this little terrain piece, because you have to be holding on the terrain piece to get shots off. So I moved forward just to try and see if he couldn't get out, but he could, which was my mistake. So then he just shot all these guys into this little unit right here. Predator had shots onto his 10-man up here. The Chosen had some shots on the 10-man, finished them off, charged the 20-man, obliterated the 20-man, not even close. And then the Oblitz didn't get to fight this turn. Cypher charged in, but all I had left was 2 regular Kroot and the Flesh Shaper in that 1 unit. And he basically stole this objective from me. But we still had 15 because we had this one, which was sticky from our scout move, this one up here, and then down here, which is sticky. So we have these 3 objectives, which got us 15, huge on turn 1. So we get an 8 and 15 on turn 1. He had a 0 because he wasn't able to get Bring It Down or Overwhelming Force because he didn't finish off this unit right here that was on the objective. So he ditches both. So we get 15, and then we get Assassinate and Sabotage. The only assassin we have is basically his Legionnaires over here, no character, but he's got a Lord and Lucius Actually, I think Lucius is right there, and then a Lord. So he's got Lucius behind a wall, a Lord and a Rhino, Bile, which is going to be hard to kill because I have to chew through 10 Chosen, Cypher, and I believe that's all his characters. So Assassinate is going to be kind of hard this turn, and then we have Sabotage. So Sabotage is you have to do an action in the terrain feature, which we got these guys doing the recover assets turn 1. Now they're about to do Sabotage, so just get an easy 3 and 3 for us. But this is after turn 2. So these guys start moving up to try and do something to the Chosen. I want to line up and bring my deep striking battle suits in because they're all Melta. So I just go right down here at 18 inches right here, so that way I can just get a bunch of shots off, hopefully kill something. I'm outside of Melta range, which stinks because if I'm in Melta range, instant dead Chosen because they're 3 wounds and I get just an auto 3 for the damage, and there's AP 4 or AP, I think it's AP 4, so they don't even get a invuln save. It just goes right through. They just die. We did this against Keevil's Chosen unit once I was able to rapid ingress. So I want these guys to move up. Again, they're so freaking slow, so they basically are bogging themselves down right here. If I make the charge off, I can charge, do some mortal wounds on the charge, throw a grenade. Vespid come down here, which I don't think they needed to come down here. They're there to kind of block out deep strikers. They're blocking out rapid ingress because when they come down in the movement phase, they then at the end of the movement phase get to do rapid ingress, and then after they're done rapid ingressing, you can then pick them back up in the movement phase to put them off the board again. So they're there to block rapid ingressors. But for him, he rapid ingressed his guys down behind this wall right here with those oblits. So he rapid ingressed them right there, right? Basically his deployment zone because we blocked out most of the other board. So these guys died. We spent 2 CP right when they died, so that way they can come back into reserves. We brought them back in reserves over here just so I can unload on this unit right here. And then they're there. They're not moving, so that way they don't get overwatched from this unit, so they're just kind of chilling there. This guy stayed still, so he hits on 2s because he's got heavy. These guys came in 10-man in the backfield over here, so they're just setting up for next turn. This guy backed up to get line of sight onto this Rhino right here. This guy, I think, stayed where he was to hit on 2s against this Chosen and try and get full rerolls against them. These guys scooted up, so that way if I do need to steal this objective, I can. And I believe that is my movement. So after this turn, we want to whittle down the Chosen as much as possible. I roll a 1 for this Lone Star guy. He misses, so that way I don't get any rerolls in this. And then this guy shoots into them, and he also rolls a 1. So I roll 2 1s back to back with no rerolls against my full reroll to hit units, which sucked because I had them on heavy, so they just needed to just hit on a 2 and then they can move away. But whatever, it's a dice game. So roll 2 1s back to back, which means all of these shots didn't get any full rerolls to hit, and they weren't wounded, so I didn't get +1 to hit. It was a bad rolling turn. Then over here, I think we threw a grenade. Before we threw a grenade, we wanted to shoot. So all these guys shot, and we killed 1 or 2 Chosen with all of those shots, which was bad. So I think I rolled a 1 for damage, and then I rolled another 1 for damage, and then I rolled a 2, which killed that 1 guy. So we wounded 4 of them and killed 1, maybe 2, but it was terrible. It was just so many 1s this turn. It was crazy. But again, it's a dice game. Can't complain. These guys that lived, they passed their battle shock. So they basically advanced down here to steal the objective from this guy. So we're able to stop his 5 points by running over to this objective and stealing that there. These guys needed to commit, so that way if I charge in here, he has basically 2 guys that weren't able to attack my dudes over here, because if I'm base to base with them, they can't move. So I charged in with my guys up here, charged in with these Tal dudes back here, and then he kills all but 1 of my riders. So all he has left is Bile, 2 Power Fists Chosen, and 1 Blade Chosen. And we killed all but 2 guys over here. And then the Rhino got blown up by the Hammerhead. And then he had his guys pop out right there. So not bad. It could have been a lot better. Like we probably should have killed the Chosen easily. Not easily, but a lot better this turn if I would have rolled just average. Because I would have had the full rerolls to hit with this unit charging in, which would have done some damage. I didn't know they had Armor Contempt as well. So the Armor Contempt, knowing that ahead of time, it would have been huge. Not huge, but like you can't really stop it. But Armor Contempt against AP1 weapons, really good. But the 3-up saves is what Kroot are going after, because 2-up saves we're not really going to touch, but the 3-up saves we can get through just by the amount of volume. Like having 40 shots go through, full rerolls to hit, hitting on 3s is just a ton of saves. And then if they're at half health, they get +1 to wound as well. So let's get into bottom of 2. He gets 5 for primary because, again, we were able to stop his primary down here. So he just has his home field objective, which, again, our goal is to stop his primary as much as possible. He gets Storm Hostile Objective, which is going to be easy for him, and then Aerial Denial. So if he can kill our 2 dudes here, and then these guys, which he's lining up to do pretty easily. You can get Aerial Denial with the Chosen, which passed their Battle Shock test. They can fall back, shoot, and charge. The Oblitz were going to be the second runner-up. If they can basically charge these guys, they can get Aerial Denial pretty easily. These guys, the Predator scooches up. These guys scooch over. Obliterators move up 4 inches. This Predator just kind of stays back. I don't know why he's staying back so long. If he would have kind of like started moving over this way, he's just trying to stay out of line of sight of the Hammerheads, which Hammerheads could just murder Predators. But he's not really getting a lot of points out of him. I don't know if he's just saving him till turn 4, maybe turn 5, but my Hammerheads aren't really being shot by him. And they're kind of just sitting back for the rest of the game. So Hammerheads are waiting until he commits. Everything that he does commit, they just blow up, which I love Hammerheads now. They're kind of my favorite unit. So he's basically lining up to just obliterate the rest of the Kroot this turn. Let's turn this. So after this turn, he kills the 2 Rampagers pretty easily. He kills the Stealth Suits by charging them with the Oblitz. He also charges them over here with the Chosen, which then they can kind of like back up and get both objectives. The Oblitz over here just put a ton of shots into this 20-man unit, and then all these guys put all the shots in the 20-man unit. And then down here, the Rhino moves up on the objective. He finishes off these 2 guys, and now we just start committing on this one side. So I'm just trying to stop his primary. So I bring on my Rampagers, Rapid Ingress. So I spend 1 CP to bring on the Rampagers down here. I then bring on the 10 Kroot that I had in reserves. This guy didn't have to move, so he just stayed there to get the heavy again. He's got 5 Legionnaires back here, only 2 or 3 on the objective, so he only has like 4 or 5 OBSEC on this point with the Rhino. So my goal is to just kind of like charge in, steal the point. These guys advance up. He then does the reactive move, which was really good on his part. He had all of his Chosen here. I was just going to obliterate them. Instead, he reactive moves this way because he rolls a 6, gets behind the wall, so I can't see him anymore, which was my bad because I probably should have preempted that or saw that coming. So I didn't get any Melta onto the Chosen, which would have just obliterated that squad. I had to commit this guy to get on the objective instead of shooting this turn to try and keep this sticky for myself. If I basically move up and then he controls it at the end of the movement phase or the beginning of the shooting phase, I lose this sticky. Even though I'm able to move back on the objective, I would have lost sticky, which now he has to still fight for next turn. So I basically move this guy up to stay on the objective just to keep this sticky and stop him from getting primary. This guy scooches out to get line of sight onto these 3 in case I need to marker them. The other Kroot scooch up on the objective to make it sticky. These guys, there's 2 left. And then the Hammerheads start coming out to play. But we have a lot of units still on this bottom field trying to stop primary. We have a lot of units in the back here just kind of like chilling and keeping our primary score. We get engage in all fronts and extend battle lines. Extend's easy because we already have 2 objectives. And then engage, if I can get these 2 guys in this corner, we can get engaged. So they pass the battle shock, so I have to basically move up and try and charge, but I fail like a 6-inch charge. I only roll a 4, so I'm not able to get on the other side of this barricade, so I can't attack them. Which I don't know if they would have died. It's whatever. But that would have got me another 2 points for engage. But extend was an easy 5 points. We got 15 again for primary, guys. So we had 1, 2, and 3 for primary. And then at the end of his turn, he gets 5 for primary, because this is the end of our movement turn. We're able to charge in here. We charged in, we blew up the rhino first, and then we charged the guys inside of the rhino. He didn't want to countercharge, because if he does countercharge, I'm able to basically get an easy charge off on this 10-man. So if he countercharges these guys, he would have had to go base to base, so he would have to end like here. Because if he goes up here, he would have to basically go base to base, base to base, base to base, base to base, and then base to base, because I think it's a 6-man unit. So if he ends there, I can then just get like a 6 or 7 inch charge over here. So we didn't want to counter charge just in case. Then I would have easily stolen the objective even more and just had more bodies on front of them. So these rampagers easily finished off the Lord with the Legionnaires. These guys, I think, finished off the Obliterators that were right here. And we couldn't shoot the Chosen at all, because these 2 tanks were trying to shoot their tanks. Like, we killed this Predator up here. We killed the Oblitz. We killed this Rhino. And we now control basically everything in No Man's Land again. And then on his turn, he starts committing the Predator up here. Oblitz start moving up. The Chosen move up to basically kill my character over here. These guys scooch up. He basically finishes. He gets called a Horde, which is great for him, because all he has to do is kill these 2 guys on the top, because they're a 20-man unit. Lucius starts to come out and play. Cypher scooches up, does an action in this, which is Sabotage. These guys came in from they rapid back here. These were the Horon with the Chosen. So Horon rapid back here, so that we can basically move up, shoot some flamer shots, and get the charge off down here. So now I'm about to lose my Crisis unit, my Rampagers, and my last Kroot unit in the bottom here. So it was a trade. But now I'm getting murdered, because this battlesuit unit was supposed to finish off this Chosen unit, and that would have been a really good point trade. Instead, they only had to finish off the 2 Obliterators. So it wasn't really that much of a point trade for my side of it. But he gets a pretty good turn. Our turn 3, we lose basically all the center objectives. This is it after turn 3. Right here. So we have the commander with 2 wounds left. We have all of the Kroot dead. All the Rampagers dead. The character over here is dead. Tied up my vehicle right here. And he killed that 1 stealth suit with the 2 Kroot right there. Now this is where we found out. After this kid came over to us and said, I rolled 2 6s for like something to make a save, and I removed them because I didn't get a save, because it was like AP1 or AP2. So if you guys haven't found out yet, I wasn't rolling any invuln saves from the beginning of the game. If you guys don't know, Kroot in their Kroot whatever detachment has a 5-up fucking invuln save against shooting. This kid tells me that, because in my little sheet that I printed out, it has Kroot get +1 to hit if they're at below starting strength, +1 to wound if they're at half strength. That's it. There's nothing below that. But in the app, and if you have the codex, which I do not, somebody sell me their codex, it gives you another bullet point, which gets 5-up invuln save on all Kroot against range, and then a 6-up invuln save against melee. I did not know that. That makes this army go so much higher than I thought it was. Holy shit, like that is insane. So on turn 3 is when we realized that. So turn 1, let's go back to what the hell we had turn 1. All of these dudes, probably half of them would have been alive. At least a third of them would have been alive. These guys would have been alive. So these guys would have been alive. These guys would have been alive. Half of these guys would have been alive. Half of these guys would have been alive. Like, so much shit would have still been alive after turn 1. But instead, we figure out not till turn 3, even this 20-man unit that came on, I wasn't doing any invuln saves with them. They were just getting nuked by the Predator. The Predator with the blast shots, these guys with the blast shots, like, they just murdered 18 guys without me even rolling a save. such a noob. Okay, so that's what we found out, guys. So I appreciate, please comment below if you've done something like that in a friendly game, if it was that bad. But this little kid, I appreciate you for telling me that even a player that's ranked second in the United States with 40k still messes up and doesn't play the full roles that you possibly can with your army. So yeah, let's get back into the game. That was hilarious. So the rest of the game, I started rolling in vuln saves, which at that point didn't really matter because I didn't have a lot of guys left. I had this little commander right there, which I should have shot Cypher. Instead, I went after the Predator. Don't go after the Predator when they kill your unit, because now you don't get any rerolls to wound or damage. So I should have just put all my 4 melta shots into Cypher. So that way if I kill Cypher, it stops his 3 points from sabotage, and it just kills the Vect unit. Then I have to figure out how the hell I'm going to deal with this Chosen. So these guys start coming up to play. These guys come out to play. But at this point, I'm like, I don't have enough units left. So I'm like, all right, if I can just stop primary or get primary and stop his primary, that's going to be my goal for the next 2 turns. And we're running out of time as well with the store closing at 10. So we get containment and cleanse. So how do I get the most with containment and cleanse? Just to say, all right, let me do my secondaries and then pass turn. That is my goal. So this guy falls back over here. This is where I messed up. So I should have shot this 2-man unit. So if I kill this one guy who has 1 wound left, I then steal the primary with him over here. So then I'm basically stopping him from getting 5 points of primary. Then if I stop his primary there, so then I leave him with 5 points. Me not shooting this one guy, instead going after the tank, which I didn't really need to. The tank wasn't doing anything. I should have either stopped Cypher from getting 3 points and killing him, or shooting this guy and stopping 5 points from his primary down here. So this is where I messed up right here. That's why I took that little picture to remind myself. And this is where we ended up. So this guy basically tagged these 2 objectives to stop his primary. This guy scooted up here to do cleanse. This guy over here did cleanse, and then this unit back here did containment. This unit back here did containment, and then I sacrificed this guy down here to do containment as well. So I gave up shooting because there wasn't a lot of good targets. It really was like the Predator, but again, if I kill a Predator, it's whatever. If I kill Cypher, it's whatever. I'm not in range, and if I kill one Chosen, it's okay, whatever. My goal is to get 3 freaking points by doing containment, trying blocking him from getting into my backfield. So we got containment, cleanse with the stealth suits, cleanse with this guy who sacrificed him shooting again, and then we charged this Chosen unit with our 10-man and threw a grenade, shot, and then charged. And all I wanted to do was kind of like pile in, block him from getting my home field, and just again stop his primary. So that is the goal. His turn 4, he gets 10 for primary again because I messed up this little thing down here. I move up my guy, charge the tank, he overwatches, kill my Gold Star commander, which was funny. And this is basically the end of turn 4. So at the end of turn 4, his oblits start moving up and then charging. Over here, I moved up, charged, and piled on the objective. So we had this objective. Down here, he finished off my character and the tank. Down here, he finished off that tank with just like grenades and a ton of shots, 4 rerolls to hit with the Predator. These guys are able to get to my objective down here. So on turn 5, he gets established locus, which he's able to get, I believe, with these guys on my home field, and then engage in all fronts for 4. So he's able to get in all 4 quarters because these guys moved up and charged over here. They didn't even matter because he already got 15. He got 1, 2, 3 for 15 and established locus. So really good turn 5 for Garrett. He gets 15 for primary and then 8 for secondary. Our turn 5, going into that, this was our turn 5. So we basically had our home field objective and this objective because we didn't have any of these other ones, but we still got 10. So the end of the game, this is the end board state. We basically talked it out turn 5. This is where we ended up. Let me pull up the score closer for you guys. This is what we got. Kroot 92 against new this is the first time he ran this list, so he did really, really well running it. He liked the difference between like Raiders and Night Lords and all that stuff, and just ran this, the Veterans of Long War, which was just super different strats, different enhancements, different way to play them. So I think he's gonna be running this for a little bit longer. But Garrett with a 78. Now, what did it come down to? Take and hold, primary, 50 out of 50 for the Kroot, getting a massive 15, 15, 10, 10 for primary. And then for the secondary, we got a 32 out of 40. We kind of messed up by sacrificing too much in the beginning. So our turn 2, we only got 3, and then turn 5 we only got 4. Now it would help out if by the first three and a half turns we found out that we had a invuln save to shooting. That probably would have helped out. But yeah, besides that, we had pretty good for secondary, 32 out of 40. And then obviously painting, it's not painting, but whatever. It's pretty ugly, honestly. And then for Garrett, he had 35 out of 50. He should have had 30 out of 50 if we would have just played smart and killed that one guy. And then 33 out of 40, so good for secondary score. He had a really good turn 4 and turn 5. And then turn 1, it was just kind of screwed that he couldn't get any good secondaries on turn 1. So if he would have got like another 3 or 5 points, he would have been up with a 38 out of 40 for secondary. But the 15 difference for primary is really what, you know, did it for us. But guys, 92 to 78, it was super fun. Thanks, Garrett, for the great game. I'm excited to see what you do with this Veterans of Long War. Difference that he would have done is more reactive move. It's really cool to have a reactive move in your arsenal, and just kind of commit his guys faster. The Lord in the Rhino over here didn't really do much most of the game. He didn't come out till turn 4, I believe, when we blew up the Rhino, and then he came out and then just didn't do anything. So I think putting the Rhino up against the wall early on to be protected from the hammerheads, and then the Chosen rapid ingressing earlier in the game. Like instead of rapid ingressing his Oblitz behind this wall, he probably could have rapid ingressed his Chosen or Legionnaires either here or here, just like a turn earlier. Let me get rid of this. Just a turn earlier, like here or up there, just so they can get into play. Because having another 5-man Chosen with a built-in reactive move with Horon is pretty cool. Honestly, it's really cool. Lucius did his Lucius things with fight first. He kept them protected behind that wall most of the game. Because if I did commit into him, he would fight first anyway, so did good with that. And I think that was it. Like, there's really nothing crazy else that he could have done. Yeah, it was a good game. It was a fun game. Kroot seemed pretty good, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm the guy who created the Chaos Cult detachment, so let's see if we can create this Kroot detachment. I'm trying to test out different lists, so if you guys are interested in that, definitely head over to the Discord. If you guys want to support us, head over to patreon.com, check out the store, buy some cool merch, buy some models and widgets and everything from me through Discord. And if you guys want to get in the competitive play, that's where the Patreon and Patreon chat is on Discord. So let me know in the comments below what you liked, didn't like, how we can improve on the channel, what you liked about this battle report specifically, if you want to see more Kroot, because I'm kind of excited about playing this again with actually knowing the right rules. But hopefully you enjoyed a 30-minute battle report. Appreciate it, guys. Good luck, and we'll see you in another video soon. What's up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are thinking about joining the Patreon page, we're going to go over each tier and how it's going to benefit you and what you're looking for specifically to get out of 40k in 10th edition coming up. There's a lot of stuff to go over. There's a lot of tactical videos up on the channel, which is for free. There's going to be a bunch of perks that you get specifically for being a part of the Dirtbag Nation Patreon page. So first off, we have the first tier, which is $1 a month. You guys get first access to the videos over at patreon.com. You also get access to the Discord, which is specifically a private link in the Discord that only Patreon members can see. So you guys will have first access to that. Also a benefit is Patreons over the Dirtbag Nation get live streamed games on patreon.com streamed from YouTube, but there's only links specifically for the patreons.com. So not only do you get first access to these videos, you also get to see live stream games specifically only on patreon.com. The next tier is the Justicar. You guys get a shout out on every single video on YouTube. You also get to support us a little bit more. You get first dibs at voting on Discord, as well as you just kind of say, hey, I just want to be a Justicar Dirtbag and support you guys a little bit more than that $1 a month tier. But you get all the same access as well as the different color over on the Discord. So the third tier is the competitive Dirtbag. This tier, you get a lot more one-on-one coaching. This is a lot of the Dirtbags over on the Dirtbag Nation. They are able to send out messages one-on-one, go over list ideas, tactics, anything you guys want to talk about. When I was getting into 40K, or really any game in general, I always wanted to message the top players in the meta and just ask them questions. This $10 a month tier gets you that opportunity to message us one-on-one on Discord, so that way we can actually coach you, give you our insights, suggestions, and that's going to get you better at the 40K 10th edition as a whole. So that tier alone, just $10 a month to have one-on-one coaching, one-on-one messages anytime throughout the month, that's going to be a perfect tier for you guys. Even if you're brand new to the game, we go over 1,000 point list, 1,500 point list, 2,000 point brand new starting list, team list, anything you guys need. That's what the competitive Dirtbag tier is for. Also, you get a little bit red number name tag on Discord, so people know that you're really serious about getting into the competitive scene. The Grandmaster Dirtbags. This is the all-in-all $25 a month tier. You get one-on-one coaching, everything we said prior to this, but you guys get to see me, Mike, any of the other Dirtbags play your specific list that you want to see tested out live on one of our battle reports. You guys get to mention, suggest videos you guys want to see coming up on patreon.com. So you guys get the above first tier benefit of everything that we do over at Dirtbag Nation. All the support mainly comes from you guys supporting us over here at Dirtbag Nation. And Grandmasters, I can't thank you enough, but for $25 a month, you get one-on-one coaching and anything you want to see live on the tabletop. So you get to see a professional play right in front of you. You guys get to kind of like see it one-on-one, and I'm actually making this specifically for you. There's also TTS events that you guys can suggest. If you guys want to do a first 1 or 2 turn run through on TTS, we can actually log in and coach you one-on-one with that. If you guys see us at any GTs, you guys get special benefits, free dice, stuff like that. Anytime you purchase a merch thing on Discord, you guys get a free limited edition Dirtbag dice sent to you with every single purchase on top of that. So there's a lot of benefits coming up with the Grandmaster Dirtbag. Because I can't thank you enough for supporting us. Definitely let me know which tier would be best for you if you go over to patreon.com and specifically go to a tier. And make sure you don't forget to message me up on Discord. That's where we check every single day. If you guys are really into getting into 10th edition 40K, head over to Patreon, join the competitive Dirtbag or the Grandmaster. Message me as many times as you possibly want, and I'll coach you the best I possibly can on any specific army that you guys play. Mainly our armies right now, currently, going into 2024, is going to be Chaos Space Marines, Grey Knights, Death Guard, and then we have Custodes, Sisters, and I think that's it going into the wings of 2024. But again, any other army that you guys play, we have other coaches lined up for the Dirtbags that are ready to take on that role of the competitive Dirtbag page. So guys, really appreciate it. Thanks for clicking on the video. Thanks for joining the Dirtbag Nation if you guys are already a part of us. And we'll see you in another video soon.